Hi students, in the last class we discussed about chemical properties of metals and non-metal. In this class we will discuss about uses of metals and non-metal. Let us start. Uses of metals and non-metals. In this first of all, we will discuss about what are the uses of metal. In everyday life we are using iron, copper, zinc, so many metals for our daily life purpose. What are the uses of metal? First use, aluminum foil is used in food packing. Food packing, that means biryani packing, curry packing, that means aluminum foil is used in food packing. Silver foil is used in decoration of sweets. Decoration of sweets, silver foil. Based upon which physical property we can use aluminum foil and silver foil? Based upon the property malleability, the property of an element to convert into thin sheets is called malleability. Based upon the property of malleability, we can use aluminum foil and silver foil. Aluminum foil is useful for food packing. Silver foil is used for decoration of sweets. Third important point, mixture of aluminum and copper is used in preparation of currency coins. Not metals, medals. Medals and statues. Aluminum and copper mixture is used in preparation of currency coins, medals and statues. Another mixture, zinc and iron mixture is used in making of iron sheets. Why we are mix zinc with iron? To protect rust of iron, we galvanize zinc with that particular iron. The coating of zinc metal on iron sheet, we will call it as galvanization. A mixture of zinc and iron mixture is used in making of iron sheet. Most of the agriculture instruments are made by iron. Most of the agriculture instruments are made by iron. These are the uses of metals. Based upon the malleability property and ductility property, there are so many uses of metals and non-metals in satellites, aeroplanes, mobile system, automobile industry. Everywhere we are using metals on the basis of the property malleability and ductility. The property of an element to convert into thin sheets is called malleability. The property of an element to convert into thin whites is called ductility. Based upon these two properties, we can use metal in any way. Okay, next we will go to uses of non-metals. In your syllabus, only 3 non-metals are there. What are the 3 non-metals? Carbon, symbol C, sulfur, symbol S. Carbon atomic number 6, sulfur atomic number 16. The final one, iodine. Okay, carbon, sulfur, iodine. So first we start with what are the uses of sulfur? Okay, before going to uses of sulfur, what are the sources of sulfur? From which sources sulfur? We can get sulfur from our Niles. In our Niles also sulfur is present. Hair also sulfur is present. Onions, eggs are the rich sources of sulfur. Hair, Niles, onions, eggs, and also garlic is also a best source of sulfur. Garlic, onions, egg, hair and Nile are the sources of sulfur. So sulfur is used in making of fireworks, Diwali firecrackers, fireworks, crackers, matchsticks. It is one of the component in the preparation of matchstick and also antiseptic ointments. Sulfur is the one of the component in antiseptic ointment. Very, very important bit. The non-metal which is used in preparation of antiseptic ointments is sulfur. The non-metal which is used in preparation of crackers is sulfur. The non-metal which is used in preparation of matchsticks is sulfur. Next, another non-metal, activated carbon, that is nothing but charcoal. It is coming from coconut charcoal. When you heat coconut, we will get activated carbon. Activated carbon is used as a decolorizing agent. If you are interested to decolor any substance, decolorize the substance, we are using activated carbon. Activated carbon is also used in purification of water. Very, very important bit. The non-metal which is used in purification of water is carbon. The non-metal which is used as decolorizing agent is also carbon. Finally, we will discuss about iodine. Tincture of iodine. What is the meaning of tincture iodine? Tincture iodine. Tincture iodine means iodine is a solid substance. Iodine dissolved in alcohol, we will call it tincture iodine. Iodine symbol I2, dissolved in alcohol, it may be ethyl alcohol. Iodine dissolved in alcohol, it is black in color. Tincture iodine black in color, it is used in medical purpose. This is about uses of metals and non-metals. Once again, the metal which is used for food packing, aluminium. The metal which is useful for decorating of sweets, silver foil. The common on aluminium and copper mixtures are useful for what purposes? In the preparation of currency coins, medals and statues. Zinc and iron mixture is useful for preparation of dash. It is useful for preparation of iron sheets. This is about uses of metals and non-metals. Next, I will discuss rusting of iron. Very important concept. In this fourth point, I discuss something about rusting of iron. This point is related to rusting of iron. Okay, now we will discuss rusting of iron. Okay, up to now we discussed about uses of metals and non-metals. Rusting of iron, very important concept. This topic is also there in your 9th class chapter chemical equations and reactions. Okay. Okay, rusting of iron. Rusting of iron. Very important point. When iron is exposed to air and moisture, when iron is exposed to air and moisture for a long time, you will observe that some brown color layer is formed on the iron surface. Say for example, your cycle, you observe some, if you observe your cycle for a long time, if your cycle present in the moisture and air, you observe that your cycle parts are corroded with some new substance which is in brown color. That means, say for example, this is an iron rod. It is an iron rod. If this iron rod exposed to air and moisture for long time, a new substance is formed on the surface of the iron rod. This is called rust. This is called what we call it as rust. Rust is a new substance formed on the iron rod. What are the disadvantages of formation of rust? Due to formation of rust, the shining nature of iron rod decreases. The shining nature of iron rod decreases. Why? A new substance is formed here. When iron rod, its symbol is Fe. When iron interacts with air, in air only the reactive gas is oxygen. Iron reacts with oxygen and also the water vapor present in air. Water vapor. When iron exposed to air and water vapor chemical formula also H2O. They forms rust. This rust chemical name is iron oxide, ferric oxide. Rust chemical name is ferric oxide. So I will represent, this is the word representation. I will write the chemical equation Fe plus O2 plus H2O, which gives Fe2O3 dot XH2O. Fe2O3 dot XH2O is called rust. The chemical formula for rust is Fe2O3 dot XH2O. The color of rust is brown in color. The chemical name of rust is ferric oxide. When iron interacts with oxygen present in air, iron interacts with water vapor present in air. When all these two are there in the atmosphere, then only rusting takes place. So, when iron exposed to air, which color substance is formed on the iron surface? Brown color substance. Next, when copper substances are, copper pipes or something, copper pipes are exposed to air, what happens? When copper exposed to air, when copper pipe exposed to air for a long time, copper reacts with oxygen present in the atmosphere along with carbon dioxide. Iron does not react with carbon dioxide, but there is a chance of reaction of copper and carbon dioxide, they forms copper carbonate, CuCO3. It is not balanced equation, no need for balancing. Okay, just listen. When copper exposed to air for a long time, a green color layer formed on the surface of the copper. This is green color layer, copper carbonate. It is copper carbonate. Green color. Iron exposure to air, we will get rust, which is present in brown color. Copper exposure to, when copper exposure to air, a green color substance is formed. Next, when silver exposure to air, silver spoons, silver particles, silver rings, when silver exposure to air, it does not react with oxygen or water vapor. It is resist to water and also oxygen. When silver exposure to air, it reacts with sulfur and forms Ag2S on the surface of the layer. Say for example, my hand is like silver, it is very shiny in nature. Say for example, let us assume this is a silver watch. Let us assume if you expose this silver watch for a long time, a black coating is formed on the surface of silver by the reaction of silver with sulfur, which is present in the atmosphere. Silver plus sulfur, which gives Ag2S. This equation is not also balanced. No need for balancing. Its name is silver sulfide. Silver sulfide. What is the color? What is the color of silver sulfide? Black color. Color of silver sulfide is black color. This is about rusting of iron, corrosion of copper, corrosion of silver. Next, the next final topic is reactivity of metals. Last and final topic, reactivity of metals. Okay, reactivity of metal. We know in your classroom all the students are not same. Some are hyperactive, some are moderate, some are intermediate, some are less reactive, that means less active. Like that also, in the case of metals also, some metals are highly reactive, some metals are moderate, some metals are less reactive. So, some metals are less reactive. Reactivity of metals. Okay, before going to explain reactivity of metal, now I will explain what is reactivity series. Reactivity series. What is reactivity series? The decreasing order of reactivity of metal. The descending order of reactivity of metals. The descending order of reactivity of metals is called reactivity series. The descending order of reactivity of metals is called reactivity series. That means first you place highly reactive metals. Okay, in your 10th class this topic is there, so I will write the order which is present in your 10th class. Highly reactive metals are, first one is potassium, very important. Potassium is highly reactive, then sodium is highly reactive, then calcium is highly reactive, then magnesium is highly reactive, then aluminum is highly reactive, then iron, potassium, sodium, calcium, magnesium, aluminum, zinc, ferrous, lead, copper, next Hg means mercury, next Ag means silver, next Pt means platinum, final one is Au, gold. Okay, we know already. K for potassium, in Latin language we will call it as kalium. Na means sodium, in Latin language we will call it as natrium. Ca, calcium, Mg, magnesium, aluminum, zinc, iron, in Latin language we will call it as ferrum. Lead, its name is lead. Its name is copper. Its name is mercury. In Latin, hydrargyrum. Lead in Latin, plumbum. Silver in Latin, silver, argentinum. Silver in Latin we will call it as argentinum. That's why symbol Ag. Au means in Latin language aurum. Au is nothing but gold. This is the reactivity series, very important reactivity series, which is there in your 10th class. Potassium is highly reactive than sodium. Sodium is highly reactive than calcium. Calcium is highly reactive than magnesium. Magnesium is highly reactive than aluminum, and so on. Why I wrote this particular reactivity order? Okay, actually not there in your syllabus, but in your syllabus 3 elements are there. What are the 3 elements? Zinc is there, iron is there, and copper is there. Now you will write the reactivity order of these 3 metals. Zinc is highly reactive than iron. Iron is highly reactive than copper. This relation. Just you remember this relation. No need to by heart this particular order. You just by heart this particular order. Zinc is highly reactive than iron. Iron is highly reactive than copper. Copper is less reactive than iron and zinc. This is about reactivity of metal. That means zinc is highly active, hyperreactive student, zinc. Iron, moderate student. Copper, less reactive student. So for this, I will give one code. Remember zinc as Bahubali. Remember zinc as Bahubali. Iron as Ballala Deva. Iron as Ballala Deva. Copper as Kattappa. We know who is highly reactive. Bahubali is highly reactive. Then Ballala Deva is highly reactive. Finally, Kattappa less reactive. And that means based upon the power of the order, Bahubali takes first position. Next Ballala Deva. Finally, Kattappa. So, okay, based upon reactivity series, we can explain a highly reactive metal can displace. Based upon the reactivity series, we can explain a highly reactive metal can displace less reactive metal from its compound. Very important point. When a reaction takes place between a highly reactive metal which is present in natural state, does not in combined state. A highly reactive metal reacts with less reactive metal in the combined state, displaces the less reactive metal. I will write on the board. That means highly reactive, very important point. Highly reactive metal displaces. Highly reactive metal displaces means moves from its position. Highly reactive metal displaces less reactive metal from its compound. Say for example, highly strength person can displace weak person from his form. Like that, highly reactive metal displaces less reactive metal from its compound. Say for example, I will write an equation: zinc plus iron sulfate. Zinc is in the native form. It does not react with any substance. It is present in the native form, original form, zinc. Iron is in the combined state. Already we know. Iron, we have some code. Zinc is Bahubali. Okay. Iron, Ballala Deva. Okay. Ballala Deva is the king of Mahishmati. SO4 group, you call it as Mahishmati. Okay. From its compounds means Ballala Deva along with Mahishmati. Now there is a war between Bahubali and Ballala Deva. Finally, Bahubali displaces Ballala Deva from Mahishmati. Like that, zinc is highly reactive. That's why it displaces the iron from its compound means from its sulfate, zinc takes the position of iron in that particular compound. Highly reactive metal displaces less reactive metal from its compound. That means simply Bahubali displaces Ballaladeva from Mahishmati and they take the position of Ballaladeva. Like that, highly reactive metal displaces less reactive metal and takes the position. That means in the place of iron, you will write zinc. Zinc is in solid state. It is present in aqueous state. Zinc sulfate is also present in aqueous state. Aqueous state means dissolving salt into water is called aqueous solution. Finally, Ballaladeva is solo iron. Okay. Zinc plus ferrous sulfate, which gives zinc sulfate plus iron, which is in solid state. I will write another equation. Zinc solid plus copper sulfate aqueous. Zinc solid plus copper sulfate. Copper sulfate means copper sulfate, blue color copper sulfate crystals are dissolved in water. We will call it as copper sulfate solution. Zinc is present in solid state. When zinc reacts with copper sulfate, we know already zinc, the code name of zinc is Bahubali. Can Bahubali displaces Kattappa from Mahishmati? Easily Bahubali displaces Kattappa from Mahishmati. Why? Because when compared with iron, copper is very less reactive. So it can easily displaces zinc from copper. Zinc is highly reactive. Zinc can displaces iron. Zinc can displaces copper. So easily zinc displaces copper and takes its position in the Mahishmati. So zinc sulfate aqueous plus copper. Now I will write another equation. Copper plus copper, which is present in the free state, native form. Copper plus zinc sulfate. Copper plus zinc sulfate aqueous. That means here the reaction between Kattappa and Bahubali. Bahubali now is the king of Mahishmati. Can Kattappa displaces Bahubali from Mahishmati? No, because Kattappa is less reactive when compared with Bahubali. Kattappa has less powers when compared with Bahubali. Like that, copper is less reactive than zinc. So there is no chance of displacement of zinc from Mahishmati. That means zinc from this particular sulfate solution. That means copper does not displace zinc from its compound. So there is no reaction. No reaction takes place. Finally, another equation. Iron, zinc sulfate, aqueous. Can Ballaladeva displaces Bahubali from Mahishmati? There is no chance because Bahubali is more powerful than Ballaladeva. Bahubali less highly reactive when compared with Ballaladeva. Like that, zinc is highly reactive when compared with iron. So there is no chance of displacement of zinc by iron. So again, no reaction. Again, no reaction. Okay? Again, no reaction. Okay. How can we decide whether the reaction takes place or not? I will explain within 1 minute. Okay. Now I will explain the colors of these solutions. Color of copper sulfate solution is blue color. Color of iron sulfate solution is green color. Color of zinc sulfate solution is colorless. Very, very important bits. Say for example, this is one beaker. Take water. This is another beaker. Take water. This is also another beaker. Take some amount of water. If you add copper sulfate crystals, copper sulfate salt, you will get blue color solution. Which color solution? Blue color solution. If you add ferrous sulfate, FeSO4, chemical name ferrous sulfate salt. If you add ferrous sulfate salt to water, you will get green color solution. Green color solution. Next, if you add zinc sulfate salt, zinc sulfate, ZnSO4. Sulfate means SO4 group. Zinc sulfate, iron sulfate, copper sulfate, zinc sulfate salt. Color of zinc sulfate solution is white color or colorless. Okay. Say for example, if you take copper sulfate solution, if you take copper sulfate solution and dip an iron nail or iron rod, this is iron rod. Take copper sulfate solution in a beaker and dip an iron nail into this particular beaker. After some time, you will observe that the color of copper sulfate solution, that means blue color, disappears and the color of the solution changes into green color, light green color. Why? Because here the reaction takes place is iron, which is present in free form. It reacts with copper sulfate. Copper sulfate present in the solution form. Copper sulfate crystals are dissolved in water. That's why we will call it as aqueous. AQ shortcut, aqueous. Iron is present in solid state. Solid. When iron reacts with copper sulfate, iron is highly reactive. Ballala Deva can displaces Kattappa. Like that, iron displaces copper from its position in that particular compound. So finally, iron sulfate is formed. What is the color of iron sulfate? The color of iron sulfate is green color. That's why in this particular solution, blue color solution changes into green color. Iron sulfate solution. Now copper is solo, which is in solid state. Finally, what is my conclusion? Zinc greater than iron greater than copper. Very, very important 3 bits. Zinc can displaces iron from its compounds. Zinc can displaces copper from its compounds. Next, iron can displace copper from its compounds. Copper cannot displaces zinc from its compound. Copper cannot displaces iron from its compound. Next, iron cannot displaces zinc from its compound. Simply, highly reactive metal only displaces the less reactive metal from its compound. Less reactive metal does not displaces highly reactive metal. Okay, with this we completed metals and non-metal lesson. Thank you so much.